Welcome to our channel. We are Technic Force and we help grow your business online. Please hit the subscribe button to get more updates. How to create SEO content using AI for free. Here's how to create AI SEO content that actually ranks using nothing but free SEO tools. Step 1. Find the right SEO keywords. Go to any keyword generator and enter a topic you're trying to get more traffic for. In this case, I'll use pizza ovens. Now let's assume you have a new website without much authority. That means you'd want to target keywords that you can actually compete on. So click on the Questions tab and look for keywords that are long tail phrases with 5+ words. More is better, that have low KD. And don't worry about volume because data on long tail keywords is inaccurate and there's a compound effect when you target many long tail keywords. I've selected how do wood-fired pizza ovens work. Step 2. Check the competition on Google. The main objective here is to see that there are pages ranking that are not fully optimized for the exact keyword phrase. So simply search the keyword phrase and see how many pages are perfectly optimized. In this example, there's only one result that's truly targeting this keyword. That means we should pursue it. Step 3. Create your SEO content strategy. Now you're going to use Blogi or ChatGPT to create an SEO content brief for your article. Use a simple prompt like so, and then I will spit out a solid outline like this. Step 4. Create one section at a time. Use any AI paragraph rewriter tool. Create blog posts and paste the outline from Blogi or ChatGPT. Don't worry about editing or formatting at this point. We're just looking to create as much depth as possible, and then you'll use your brain to make it better. Step 5. Edit the content. Now go sentence by sentence and improve it based on the recommendations. Now once that's done, throw it back into a Google Doc. Go to Tools, Spelling and Grammar, run the check and fix everything you find. Step 6. Grade your content with AI. So open ChatGPT and use the following prompt to grade your content. And keep in mind that ChatGPT is a language model and it will spit out different scores if you rerun the same tests. But with that said, I've tested this prompt many times and it generates varied but similar results on average. So based on ChatGPT's recommendations, clean the content up, and now it's time to move into your content management system. Step number 7, which is optimize your content. Now it's time to optimize this page for SEO. So we're gonna do a couple key things here. The first thing we wanna do is wanna put the keyword in the most important spots on this page. So first place is obviously in the title. We're gonna put the full keyword in title. Make sure it's there. And one thing to consider too is when you're using WordPress in particular, you have to remember that the title that you put in there is actually gonna be the H1. So if you go over here and you download the detailed Chrome extension, you can quickly see the heading here. And this is the H1 that we're looking at right here. Now if you don't fill in the title tag, which I'll be showing you in a second, it will automatically be placed here in the title. So you don't technically have to do it. It's probably gonna happen automatically, but just keep that in mind. They are technically different. This is technically an H1. There are a couple key places you wanna have the primary keyword. Number 1 is you wanna have it in the URL. So if you go back into the CMS here, you can see here in the URL, you want to have that full keyword in the URL. That's really, really important. Put in the URL, put it in the H1, most importantly, put it in the title and the meta description as well. The bare minimum on page SEO, what we want to do as I mentioned, is you want keyword in the title, or H1 in this case, keyword in the URL, keyword in the first sentence. Always try to get your primary keyword in the first sentence. So I always like to put it in the first sentence. Occasionally I'll bold it and italicize it just to really emphasize it. That's the primary keyword of this page. There's not necessarily going to have a huge effect doing that. I've tested it, there's not a substantial effect, but regardless, you want to at least get it in that first sentence. So title, URL, first sentence. Then I'd also recommend getting a variation in the H2. You can see this as an H2 tag, benefits of wood-fired pizza ovens. So it's not an exact match of this primary keyword, but it's a support idea that is relevant to the main idea. So you don't want to just take this keyword and repeat it again in the H2 because you're really not doing yourself any favors. We want to try to get more variance in the content because that helps. We're tapping into Google's NLP algorithm, which is natural language processing. And then you may want to put it one more time here in the last paragraph, but after that, it's really just getting in the title. Get it in the meta description, and that's bare minimum on page SEO. So the next thing here is we want to think more beyond just on page SEO. We want to think about how is someone going to consume this content? What can we do to get them to actually read this, to actually consume it, to give us positive user signals on this page? And for me, the first place I love to start is right in the intro. You can write it on your own, but you could certainly have ChatGPT write you a catchy intro, a snappy intro. You could certainly do that. But for me, I believe short intros are best. Short intros that preview the content and in the context of informational content are the best. You preview the content, you inject some open loops into the content, and that incentivizes someone to want to actually consume this content. So for me, I usually just do about 1 to 2 sentences here, and then I give a little preview of what is going to be in this post. And what you can do too is you can actually link these as well. So what you can do is you go over here, we'll go over to the section, and in this little list here, we can go to the heading. And if you go over down here in events, we can do an HTML anchor. So if you wanted to have a jump link on this post, you could just do something like benefits in the anchor like this. So all you have to do is go right back up here and do the link, and then you're just going to do a hashtag, and you're going to enter what you put in as the jump link and just do this. And now when we go and preview this, what you're going to see is there's going to be a nice little jump link here. And this is important not only for users, but it's actually helpful for Google. If we do this the right way, these could actually show up in the search results as well as site links. But really, we're not doing it to manipulate Google. We're doing it to make it a better user experience, so people can jump around to what they're actually interested in. So if they just want to learn how to use one, or they want to find a recipe or whatever it is, they can click and it will take them to the section that they want to go to. It's really helpful. Just makes the overall experience much better. So I would invest a lot of time just getting this little section here. Once that's done, now it's just a matter of going through this content and making it much more readable. So take advantage of headings, separate the content, make it more readable. You don't want huge blocks. I would recommend no more than 2 to 3 sentences per paragraph. So we're taught in school to do 5 sentences per paragraph. That is not the case when it comes to content online. Those paragraphs are way too big. So I basically would start splitting these up. That's the first thing to do, is just start splitting things up, make it easier to read. Then we'll keep going through here, keep splitting some of these up, and then obviously we'll want to add some headings in here. So make this an H2, and we'll just keep going through here and improving this, making it more readable, making it better. The next thing I want to do is once it's more readable, we've added various things. We split up paragraphs. We've added headings. We've actually used some bullet points here as well. So I don't actually recommend it doing like this just because it really doesn't look great. So I'd probably shift this to more to a heading-based situation. So instead of having it kind of like that, I'd probably just do kind of like a list post like this. And then I would just break this up like this. That way it's much easier to actually catch these line items. And notice that when I'm doing this here, I have the H2s and then it's followed by the H3 because it's in the same category. So you want to make sure you're putting the headings in correctly because a lot of people don't understand that you want to have logical headings. And just as a general side note, we want to have one H1 per page. So these are only H1 that we have. Anything after that, we're going to have an H2. Then we're going to have an H3 if it's subtopic within this main category. And if there's another thing within this category, you could go into H4 or H5. You could keep going down the list. So just continue to go through and get this all cleaned up and get readability where it needs to go. And then once that's done, the next thing I like to do is I start to think about links. I want to find, if we're talking about various things in here that should be cited, we need to go and find those citations. And citations are really important because it shows Google that you're actually a resource. You're citing your sources. So when you create it, when you write a college paper, you have to cite your sources where you got the information. So it's the same thing when you write informational content. So in this case, like in this history section, it's talking all about the history of this. So what I would do is I would start to do some research to find places where I can actually cite this information. So, the Greeks and in Naples. So we could talk about wood-fire pizza ovens. And then I'll just look up Naples. And hopefully we can find something. We could even do maybe like history and see if something pops up. There's one already here that's actually from an Italy-based website. That's what I like to see. I like an Italy-based website or a government website or an EDU website. Those are great. So I would probably just like link, maybe wood-fire pizza ovens here, and I would link out to it. And make sure if it's an external link, we go and open it a new tab. If it's an internal link, you don't need to do that. But if it's external, proper UX is to link out or is to open a new tab or a new window. Then from there, once we got some external links in here, I'm usually trying to place anywhere between, let's say, 5 to 10 high quality, relevant external links into the content. Then from there, you can go and start to look for internal linking opportunities. So if you've already written content that's in some of these categories, look for places to inject some external links. This is really, really important because it helps Google crawl and index your pages better. And it also helps you build more topic authority because you're starting to pull these different topics into one particular cluster. If you're trying to rank better for anything related to pizza ovens or even specifically wood-fire pizza ovens, you want to start to create a lot of supporting content around this topic because the more content you see around this topic on the website, the more Google is going to start to understand that you are an authority in this particular vertical. Very important. You can do a lot with one post, but it's much better to be able to build those supporting posts around the main idea as well. And now let's move on to step 8, which is make your content visually appealing. We've talked about basic on-page SEO, we've talked about readability, we've talked about injecting links. Now the final piece of this puzzle is we need to start thinking about multimedia. And multimedia is really important because we want to be able to break this content up. You once want to read some super long piece of content without any breaks in it. The images should add to the content. And what you don't want to do is don't just add images in here as decoration. That's a huge waste of space. It's a waste of users' time. Like if you have to scroll past some decorative image just to keep reading the content, you're not doing them any favors. That's not a good idea. So what I would do is I would try to find some sort of images or videos that ultimately amplify this content, make this content more interesting. So if you don't have any videos to use, then go to YouTube and find some relevant videos and inject them into the content. 2-3 videos is really good because what it can do is if you put a video in here and someone watches the video, it's going to increase the engagement on this page. Now it's debatable whether Google can track that or not, and whether it varies into the overall rankings in Google. But for me, I don't think about what's going to manipulate Google's algorithm. I think about what is best for the user, right? And we're thinking about what we can put in this content that's going to make people stay on our website longer. What's going to make people stay here and start to actually increase their time on the site. The truth is, every big website that you care about, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, all these huge websites, their number one goal is to keep you on their website because the longer they keep you on their website, the more money they're going to make. And this is the same with your website. It doesn't matter whether you have a business or an affiliate website or whatever it is. You want people to stay on your site because the longer they stay on your site, the more trust that is built, it increases the likelihood that they could actually convert. So last piece of this puzzle is find some relevant videos if you don't have any yourself. And then go into Canva and you can create at least a featured image. I would bare minimum create a featured image for your post. So all I did is I just went into the templates here and I just searched like pizza. And I found one that was relevant. I put this little template in here and I just updated it to be relevant to what we do. Nothing complicated. I don't have any crazy design skills, but this is perfect. Now it's a highly relevant image. I'm not saying these are necessarily the colors I would want to use, but you can use anything. It's up to you. And then you go into here and we go to post and you just update a featured image right here. That's all you have to do. Now you have a nice featured image that's relevant. And whenever that gets shared on social media, this is what will pop up as an image. And then finally, if you can start to look for opportunities to inject more relevant images in here, you should do it. Think about how you can make this content more readable, easier to read, whatever it is. Anything you can do to make it easier to read is gonna be a good decision. So that's all you need to do some basic on-page SEO. And now it's time for step number 9, which is promote. So now it's time to publish, but you're not done yet. Go through your website and look for internal linking opportunities. And this will help Google crawl and index your new page easier. Then go into Google Search Console and paste your URL into the search bar. Click on Request Indexing, and this will schedule your page to be crawled by Google. Then acquire some backlinks. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Check out our other videos and see you in the next one. Before we end this video, let me introduce to you Blogi from Technic Force. Run successful blogs on hands-free mode. AI Autoblogger gets you unlimited organic traffic with unique, high-quality articles. The only AI writer that uses multi-AI and creates how-new content based on latest trends. Get traffic, authority, leads, sales, and build organic success for any business you choose. Blogi AI creates better and unique articles with multiple AIs. Blogi gives you the option to use all of the best AIs to write unique and high-quality content that stands apart and ranks faster. Writes fresh and original content on 100% autopilot. Blogi can run on full autopilot Just give it topics and keywords, and it will automatically churn out fresh articles as often you want on complete autopilot. No need to manually write each article separately. Algo keeps articles fresh and relevant. Write highly relevant articles on the schedule you specify. Create articles in any language. You can use Blogi to create articles in any language you want. Choose between all the languages that your favorite AI supports, including English, Spanish, French, Japanese, Italian, Hindi, Chinese, German, and dozens more. Select any websites and automatically rewrite their articles in the language of your choice. It automatically posts articles to your WordPress blogs. Blogi AI Writer doesn't just write your blog articles. It also posts them to your blog with full SEO optimization. How often do you want to update your blog? Weekly, bi-weekly, daily? Choose your schedule. Blogi can handle it. Automatically SEO optimizes blog articles. Blogi AI Writer does all the work for you. That includes perfectly optimizing your articles. Blogi AI Writer generates the perfect headlines, keywords, meta description, categories, tags, and slog for your article. Full control over style, tone, voice, and personality. Blogi gives you full control over the blogger's personality. You can set the style and tone, create a unique personality, and even give it a simple article to use as a reference for style. Automatically creates images and infographics for your articles. Every blog article deserves a good graphic. Blogi AI creates graphics and infographics for your article using the latest and most powerful image AIs. Follow any website and get their latest articles for your blogs. Perfect for affiliate and product promotion blogs. Write for multiple blogs and create multiple writer personalities. Go manual if you want. Write AI content with full control. Never hire a Fiverr freelancer guy again. Blogi does it better. Blogi is the only 100% autopilot writer. Grab leads, make sales, and build an audience. Always updated, Blogi gets the latest AIs and algorithm updates. Dominate any niche or market with auto-blogging. And a lot more. So what are you waiting for? Get Blogi now. Just go to getblogi.in. I hope you find this video helpful. And thanks for watching.